Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Gang. Okay, let's continue with this lesson. We'll look at the editor standalone. So this is about creating a plugin, and then you can add a button on this toolbar in the level editor, and then this can bring up an empty window. So this is essentially the standalone. If you want such a window, we can do it this way. So here I'll write it down for you. Let me write editor stand. I'm a bit worried this name might be too long because I often run into issues with character limits. I've suffered from this. It's gotten to the point where now when I see long names, I get PTSD from it. Let's take a look here. If it doesn't allow creation, let me check. Because we haven't checked the box yet, of course it won't let us create it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create it. Actually, the approach is pretty much the same, but you need to pay attention. The engine has actually several ways to write it. Before version 4.25, that is before version 4.20, the editor extension had one way of writing. Then from 4.25 to 5.0 to 4.27, it was another way of writing. Then after 5, the changes are particularly significant. So you really need to target a specific engine version to do optimization and debugging. That's better. Then here, we'll erase it. That's fine. Save it. And then we'll erase it. Okay, then let's come back first. Back here, let's first conveniently modify our plugins classification bar. Put this bar together. Let's put it into Xiaogang's Pygang. Okay, then let's put it here. You don't need to master this part, and don't memorize it. Because once you have a general understanding of the situation when you need it, you can look it up and learn it then. It's still in time. The most important thing is the underlying core engine, how these resource classes are structured. Just writing this interface alone is actually fine. Then we see this editor standalone. We can see this place here. There might be some other resources in this place. Let's take a look at this. Maybe some style-related resources. We'll ignore it. As for standalone, it seems this. Standalone should be the same as before. There are only these very standard classes, and this is Slate. We will explain it to you later. We will use a standalone program. We will use a standalone program to write for you. Because we have shown you some code. It's a code statistics tool I wrote for a small utility for copying files. At that time, I was going to explain how to write it, so this slate is quite important. Let's start it up first. Let me show you what it looks like now. Okay, now let's find it. Where is this thing located? Okay, we finally found it. We found it here, inside Windows. Then put it in this position. Open POIC window. Now let's close this thing first. Or not, this is way too ugly. Let's finish this section before closing it. Let's finish this section of our project and then leave it open. Okay, how did this thing come about? Doesn't this window look very similar to these other windows? You can see. Let's randomly open some windows. For example, open a layer. You'll find they are actually the same. You've written UMG before, right? You can do it like writing UMG. Put a button here and then click here to produce an effect. And as for this part, we'll actually talk about it in the slate section. For now, we just need to understand how this window was created, just make it clear. Then we come to our code level. Obviously, this is still a Windows. Then here, its writing style is relatively simpler because this one hasn't been updated. This is the old version's writing style. This editor module is clearly the new version's writing style. Obviously, here. He is here, first in stare, that is, initialize it in the stare module. Then shut it down in the shadow down module. Let's take a look at how it's done here. Actually, never. Mix them together. They should be separated. That is, he has resources with a specific style of expression. Some font sizes or some image resources. They need to be loaded first. Then there are some underlying commands. They need to be registered properly. Then after they are registered, then map all these things together. Then take this mapping and map it to the front-end UI. Finally, when you click, it activates. Having such an approach is sufficient. Then all the things you registered earlier, when your module ends, they all need to be unregistered. Then close, one needs to be closed. Just release what needs to be released. So we, the experts, will explain this to the experts. First of all, we ourselves like Edge standalone Windows style. This thing is just some holdings, some styles, that is, some resources of a certain style. Actually, you can just not worry about this. And that's it. Then here, go ahead and load some resources. Don't worry about this. And then this is actually the same as what we have above. This is a command we registered ourselves, because every operation you perform is actually a command. So this command is it is called editor standalone. This Windows command and its description as the standalone window plugin, and its parent is none, and this style is good style. This is the style. You can see it is this style. Then there is a reader comments here. You can see this Regal comments. It actually uses uComments to register such a button. Just a click event like this is enough. Okay, so that's it for the comments. Now we need to set up our commands here. Previously, we loaded these style resources. Now we need to create this free comments list thing. After creating it through smart pointer, then we need to start mapping. When mapping here, it maps to which smart pointer, because it needs to hold it. So it's still about making a direct light pointer at the common plate. This direct light pointer of yours. Then create a click to activate event here. A click to activate event. And here it passes a constructed action. Then this activation event. So it's about waking it up here. Tie in work table. So here it's essentially waking it up. Waking up a table. That is, if it already exists, then attract its attention. If it doesn't exist, then regenerate and wake it up. That should be the idea. You've seen it. Then we don't need to look inside. So this part is actually serving as a layer that goes up and down. It's equivalent to not being awakened yet. It binds the click event in. That is the click event. Bind it by clicking on whichever window. Then this U2 millings register by Kobe. What does this do? This creates a registration delegate. That is the trigger button for your window. That is where the window is triggered to open, but this part is triggered from here. As for triggering, actually it is triggered in two places. The first place is for me to look at the second one, your editor main menu window. So obviously it's this place. Live editor main menu window. It is right here. You can see this window. This window actually corresponds to here. Main menu is this row. So put it in this position. Look at this position. Final add action. Then you can find this windows. Blank end. Then this place added to the end of this place. It should be it. You see, this command is to add a manual entry. Look, add one in this section. This section, you can see what Windland is. I see. Well, we can take a look at this layout. Editor windows. Hey, see the windows? Window layout. Hey, see this section? Are you starting to get a feel for it? You can see there is a horizontal line here. You can see it's a horizontal line layout. And the one below this, it is added at the end. Okay, so it's clear what to do with this part. So this part actually wants to add it to level editor drag, then inside the city. And inside city, well, I actually want to find it. It seems I didn't find this thing. Level editor drag, it should be in this section. It seems I didn't find the city. You can didn't find it here, forget it, just leave it. I don't know about this either. Its position, where exactly to place it. And sometimes, anyway, engine changes, it might not be found, so it can't be added. This is quite normal. If we can't find it here, just leave it. This is a small detail. And here, this essentially registers the menu. The menus corresponding to this command are registered. And here, this is where the window is actually created. That is what the generated window looks like after we click. So, it gets registered. You can see this registers a tab. This tab is an independent window. Then in this place, you need to pass some parameters. Then you can see this type name, right? Then the most important thing is we need to pass this in. An spam type there. Then these are some types. Some of these menu types. At the beginning, it means it is enabled, still hidden, still disabled, or how is it handled. Then we mainly look at this. Okay, this is our slate. This will be covered in this course. This is very important. Actually, it first gives this string. You don't need to worry about it. It is meant to allow you to concatenate. You can see this is the text. You can see this paragraph is right here. So this is a string, this side is S6, SLU61. First, create a canvas. This data type, you can think of it as it is a canvas, something like that. Then inside the canvas, we added a box. What is box? You can understand it as it is a container. Inside the container, we specifically added a text. So these three things, you, his, its upper layer has a UMG corresponding to it. So this S box should look very familiar to you. What exactly is SBOX? It is actually not necessarily the same as this kind of thing, but it has the same nature as it. You can see, we create one, then we change a box here. We change it to a X. Let's switch to X. Let's switch to a horizontal one. Of course, it could be numerical. We can find this. Open Havocs. Then actually, take a look at this. Let's look at this. Look at this Xbox panel. It should be, anyway, roughly like this. That's the idea. Yes, then let's mainly look at this. TXT. So this TXT, we open this TXT, and then this is the UMG source, right? Then this TXT, we mainly look at what it holds. What this slate object is. Let's take a look. Take a look. Anyway, it's basically that slate is wrapped with a layer of UMG on top. We'll explain later that this is wrapped with a layer of. You see, let me see if I can find it in this text to make it clearer for everyone. Found it. You see, it holds this object. Actually, now it doesn't have UMG wrapped around it. Because we know that the underlying layer of our UI is all slate, this line is directly written using Slate's chain programming style. So, in this part, what exactly did we do here? Actually here, it returns a TC2, reference as a Docker type. You can think of it as a canal. In this canal, the first layer is box. The second layer is TXT. It's just such a canal. Pretty clear, right? I think it should be pretty clear. So, this actually returns a UI written in Slate. Okay, so at this point, everything is done. That is, the relevant parts are laying. The registrations are completed. After linking the resources with each other, then, in this part, once we click, after clicking this event, after this split bug is triggered, then it will wake up this name. You see, what is this name? This name is this name. This name is it. So here, register the window. Here, wake up this window. Then when we close the module, then these things first absorb this menu, then unregister all these owners. Then also close this style. Then also reverse and cancel this comments command. Then finally, take our Gabble tables manage and also close this window. Overall, this process for the standalone window has been fully explained. Isn't it clear? First, prepare the resources, then register this window on the editor. Right? Then, in our panel manager, also register this window in the Gabble timer. After registration is complete, when this delegate is triggered, it will wake up, right? Then finally, when we finish, close them all. Okay, that's it for this topic. Yes, in this place, it might actually be from the previous code because there may have been changes. I remember it could be added here. Yes, I might be mistaken. Okay, if we have the chance later, we'll go into this in detail. Thank you, everyone.